So you get the ones that are like going out, yeah, and they meet up, and then after a bit the guy just ghosts her or doesn't want to be with her, and it's like, well, you know, clearly because he didn't respect you at the beginning. You don't want somebody like that. You want somebody who's, you know, going to respect you from, has a few conversations with you, because what it also says about the person, you know, it says about the person that they trust Allah. They trust that they know themselves. They don't need extra. And that's really important. If somebody comes along and says, I want 3 or 4 conversations, yeah, then they're not afraid. They're not somebody who's afraid of commitment. They know themselves. They know that these are the things I looked for. I'm going to stay within the boundaries of Islam, and I'm going to go into marriage. And because they do that, when they're in the marriage, they commit as well. And you know, and it's so true. The ones that have that, where they go in, they're not expecting more. I know the brothers that just, after a few conversations, they address all the fears of the girl. Then they go to meet the parents. And then you've got the other types who are like messing around, and the girl doesn't, and she's had so many rejections that she ends up keep attracting these types of guys. Yeah, and she goes, I don't want him to leave, so what should I say to him? What shouldn't I say to him? You shouldn't even be in a position where you're afraid to know what to say and not to say. Like, why should that come up, the Namdurai, what to say, what not to say? You should be with somebody who's comfortable enough to say, look, you know, yesterday you didn't call, was everything okay? And he's honest, and he says, look, I had work, or I should have called. Because that's just communication. It's not even about love or anything like that. It shouldn't be an issue of love before marriage. And another thing they do is within a few meetings, everybody's already told everybody and declared that they're in love. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. They all just declare, oh, I love you. I'm like, you've had 3 conversations. You don't love them. I can't understand how girls fall for this. Come on, girls. Like, no, he doesn't love you. Tell him to love you in 10 years' time when you've had 3 kids and he's stuck by you and you've gone through, you know, all of the ups and downs, and then he says, I love you. Before that, it's actions. Yeah? Somebody who knows, like, I'm going to have this many conversations. These are the things I'm looking for. They're not insecure. People who need longer are people who are insecure. People who are not committing are people who are insecure. They're not committed. That's why they're taking longer. And then you're looking for somebody who's committed, and you think, if I give them longer, then they'll be committed. No, it doesn't work like that. It's the opposite. It's actually the opposite. They're not sure of themselves, so they drag on time. And you're not sure of yourself, so you allow that time to drag on. And you're chasing after somebody who's not committed, and you're thinking, why does this person not commit to me? That's why. You're choosing those kind of people instead, you know, and sisters are afraid. You know, I find some sisters will say to me, how can I say after 4 conversations? Yes, you can. Yes, you absolutely can. You say, I'm going to have this many conversations. We just need to, because what that will do is it will focus them to really, really hone in. This is what I need to find out in these few sessions, you know, like sessions or whatever you want to call them, meetings. This is what I need to find out. And after that, it needs to go to my wali. And you will really begin to see the brothers that are serious, the ones that want to get into marriage. Everybody else is just like, I don't know if I should. And I've seen them, brothers that go on, they're being rejected, or a marriage proposal didn't go through, and the sisters are doing the same, and then they're left with all this anxiety. And it's so sad, because you don't have to do that. If you just trust Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, trust Allah. Allah already knows that there's somebody there for you. And stay within the limits of Islam. And even if that's a 10 rejection, so be it. Because you know that, look, I'm going to do that because I want to find somebody who stays within those limits as well. Somebody who doesn't need to extend time or need to know you beyond what is necessary. Because what are they really saying to you? What if, they said to you, I need to meet up and I need to take it further than, you know, what it should be. And you do all those things. And then he says, well, actually, I didn't like the way, you know, you were hanging around with me. He leaves you. That's not how marriage works. We get married. You know, we might be a size 8, and then by the time we've had children, we're 3 sizes bigger. That's what happens. That's the bodies of women. Up and down, and same with men. You're already looking for somebody before marriage who's conditioning to these things, which shows how he might be in the marriage. instead of looking at what really matters, which is, are we compatible? I think I really wanted to share this because I just find it, sad. I find it a bit upsetting that sisters are not recognizing this, and then they, those are the ones that struggle. They say, oh, I can't find anybody, or I talk to somebody and then, he ghosts me, or he doesn't commit. And part of it is because are you ready to commit? Do you know exactly what your criteria is? Do you know exactly what you want? Are you prepared to put that out? But be feminine about it. The other thing that happens is after I've done some coaching with somebody or some counselling, it can almost be seen as like, okay, I need to toughen up. I'm gonna go in and say, right, bro, if you don't sign that nikah paper in the next 2 days, then I'm gone. There's a balance. Be yourself. We're not saying you need to become all masculine and hard. And it's not about that. It's just about saying, look, this is my way of doing it. This is how I want to do it. Are you somebody who also wants to do it this way? If you are, great. Let's try. If you're not, then you're not for me and I'm not for you.